How do you like that as a new theme song?
Hey there! Today we're going to have a look at these two notebooks by GLP Creations. The notebooks are called The Author. These notebooks were sent to me by Gavin. Last Christmas, I gave in my heart, and the very next day, he sent these my way. Gavin is the owner of the company. Now, before we get into anything else, I would just like to point this out. I was paid to do an expedited review of these products, and every single time I do this, it leads to confusion, okay? And this is very important to me, so I just want to point this out. Every time I say this, people respond something like this. Now I'm going to simulate this, alright? I'm going to simulate this so you have an idea. I say, I'm reviewing this product. I'm doing this as an expedited review, and I was paid for this. Now this is the response I then get. Now, what causes this type of behavior is something that we psychologists refer to as confusion. And that's very understandable, because I know what some people think. Some people think if you get paid to do a positive review. Not everybody thinks that, but some people do. Let me explain this to you. That is not how this works. I get a lot of products here to review. I review those products so you can watch free videos. Okay? Now, because I have so many products here, because anytime you come in, there's 30, 40 pens, notebooks, leather things, whatever, that I have to review, okay? That means that there is a long waiting time for me to be able to review something. Often, companies say, no issue, review it when you can. Occasionally, a company says, that's actually not convenient to us. For example, in the case of Gavin, he wanted to see these things reviewed now, because he is also launching new colors. You can see these are black covers. He's launching new colors. I'll come back to that, but one of them is a Christmas special. It's a limited edition for the Christmas period. So he had specific reason to get the product reviewed sooner. In those cases, I say, sure, I can do this, but I'm already planned up to this point in time. Until that time, I have posts scheduled. Do you want to see a product reviewed before then? If a company says yes, I say, sure, no problem. But then I have to charge you, because I need to move around my schedule. I need to move around videos. I need to move around planned posts on my website. That takes time. Please bear in mind that I have a full-time job, that I have a family, and I'm doing this as a hobby. Okay? The fountain pen stuff is merely a hobby. If I work full-time, if I have to look after a family, I don't have that much time to do all this stuff, but I want to keep doing it because I enjoy it and because I have the feeling that people enjoy it, right? And then something's got to give. Then I need to be compensated for my time, because I only have 24 hours in a day, just like everyone else. Okay? That's all. Not paid for positivity, not paid to only say positive things, not paid to be super enthusiastic, just paid to clear time in my schedule to actually do this stuff. End result, you get a free video, okay? Now, I shouldn't have to explain these things, but I do, and I want to, because I want to make sure that everybody understands. Now, there's a consequence. If you say, I cannot handle this, no problem. Next review will not be paid, no issue, okay? Watch the next one, don't watch this one. Please don't send me super long messages explaining everything I've done wrong, because I will be fair. I don't have time for that. Okay? 3 seconds. Exactly 3 seconds to switch off this video if it bothers you. 3, 2, 1. Done. Okay. Now that that's out of the way and we're all sitting comfortably, I can begin. We're going to talk about this notebook, and I'm very sorry for this very lengthy intro, but if I don't do that, I run into trouble down the line. Okay? So, here we go. What is interesting about these notebooks? Well, as you can see, these two are brand new. Now, if I was you, I would ask me, how can you review this if it looks brand new? It's not even written in. Very good question. Glad you asked. Months ago I was sent a prototype of this notebook and I've been using it to death. Okay, I've been using it very, very extensively, so I know the product inside out. A couple of things to talk about. Gavin designed these notebooks because he wanted to have a notebook that he couldn't find anywhere, that was easy to carry but also good paper quality, and that was, he literally said something along the lines of could spill a bit of coffee on because it would not be an enormous waste of money. And because he couldn't find that notebook, he just designed it himself, and that became the author. Now, these are black covers. Very soon, and right now, in some cases, there are going to be new cover colors, which I wrote down. There's going to be cocoa brown, there will be a teal, there will be grey anthracite, and then a limited edition for Christmas, festive red, which I have seen them, and they all look very nice. Something that makes these notebooks very special, 68 grams per square meter, Tomoe River. And that is the type of paper that a lot of people love. Excuse me. So I think that will be very popular. You can get them in two types of paper. You can get regular line. You can also get a dot grid, which a lot of people also like. There is a website. I will link to the website in the description of the video. You purchase the actual notebooks through Amazon, worldwide shipping, and it's a lot of the different country-specific ones. So it's Amazon.com, but also Amazon.uk, .co.uk, .fr, etc. So there's no issue there. Worldwide shipping. They cost $27.99 US. They come with a little elastic band to wrap around the clothes. I'll show you that, and with a little bookmark that's attached to it. 192 pages to write on, and people always ask, is that double-sided, etc.? No, it's 192 pages to write on. The final page is numbered 192, and after that you run out of paper. Okay, that's what that means. There aren't really any parts to show. I'm going to put the camera down, I'm just going to write on this paper, I'm going to show you how it behaves. Okay, so let's talk about the author notebook. I'll just take this off. This is the lined version. Features of the notebook. It's not leather, it's a fake leather cover. Open it up. You have the logo of the company here. Also kind of nice. It gives you all the statistics, so to speak. 212 by 132 millimeters, 68 grams per square meter, Tomoe River, and 192 pages you can write on, made in Taiwan. It has on the first page it has your name and address, at least, well, I mean, it doesn't have your name, you can put in your name and address, and then you have the Inhalt, the content or the contenu, pages, themes, etc. So you have 3 of those pages, and then you have this ribbon bookmark. This is not Tomoe River, okay? Then you start on page 1. The pages are numbered. I don't know how you can see, but the pages are numbered, which I like. Again, this is the lined version. You get 192 of those. So the final page is 192. Then you have this little, is that a frontispiece? I don't think so. That's the end thing, also not Tomoe River. And then here, near the end, blotting sheet. That's a nice addition. And then you have a little paper pocket there. And then finally, like with a lot of notebooks, Moleskine, Leuchtturm 1917, etc. You have this rubber band. Well, this elastic band, I should say. Now, all this is fun and games, but what you want to know is how the notebook performs. So, let's do a writing sample with a couple of nibs, pens and inks. First nib is a fine nib. This is a Leonardo Momento Zero, the acrylic version. This is a fine nib, steel. The ink is Visconti turquoise. Being Tomoe River, it's a lovely, smooth writing experience. As I said, I have been... oh, that's a horrid X. I have been using a prototype of this notebook for months now, and I found that I really like it so far. Of course, we're going to look for bleed through and all that kind of stuff in a second. Here we have a medium nib. This is 18K medium. This is the Mont Blanc Great Masters, Meisterstück Great Masters, Purdy & Sons. The ink is Mont Blanc Toffee Brown. Actually, also going to do that. Just create a little bit of an ink blob to see if that shows up on the other side of the page. Now, Tomoe River is a very nice paper, a paper that a lot of people really love. I know it performs pretty well, so actually very well, so no issues there. Okay, here we have a broad nib. This is 18K. This is a Visconti Opera Master. The ink is S.B.R.E. brown. Beautiful brown, obviously. Then I thought we would do something fun, so here we have a classic Pens LB5. This is a cross point. I thought we would do something excessively broad and very wet, just to see how well the paper keeps up with that. And then finally, did I say what this was? Sorry, I forgot, but I have to because otherwise people ask. Classic Pens LB5 with a Nagahara cross point, and the ink was Mont Blanc Corn Poppy Red. And then finally here we have a Danitrio with a stub nib. This is Iroshizuku Tsutsuji ink, stub nib 18K. Okay, now having said all this, what we really need to see, of course, is how did the paper handle itself? Well, being Tomoe River, I can zoom in, and with full confidence I can tell you there is no feathering here. And that is a very wet, wide nib, so no feathering that I can see. No feathering, no feathering, no feathering. In that regard, I do understand why people love Tomoe River so much. I really like this Tomoe River. This is the 62 grams per square meter. There's also that other one, sorry, yeah, 68. There's also the other one which I think is 52 grams. To me that has always felt very flimsy, and I don't like that so much. Okay, I think all this is dry, so let's turn this over. There's a bit of show through, but as you can see there is no bleed through. There are no packs of ink here, even with the very wet pens. So in that regard, Tomoe River is really, really nice. Okay, what do I like about this notebook? What do I not like about this notebook? Well, there's a couple of things that I really like. I understand Gavin's point. It's rather thin. It's very pocketable. Well, I mean, maybe not pocketable is not the right word, but you can carry this around very easily, and that is really nice. I like that. I like a little bookmark like this, because, I mean, right now, of course, I'm on page 1, but at some point, you're somewhere down the middle, you just put it where you were, and you know exactly which page you can start to write on, which I really appreciate. The fact that it comes with a sheet of blotting paper, I really like. You can put it in that back pocket, you can also just leave it in the page where you're writing, close it, and you have no worries that the ink that is wet is going to end up on that page, right? So I like that too. The paper is very, very nice. I must say I really like these notebooks because Tomoe River is just superb paper. It's very fountain pen friendly, and you just don't have any bleed through. There is a bit of show through, and for some people this might be annoying. Me personally, I'm not really bothered by it, but I can see how some people would not want to see this. Well, then it's simply not the notebook for you. Okay, I like that. It's compact. I also find this pretty affordable. $27.99. I know it's not cheap as notebooks go, but on the other hand, Tomoe River with a blotting sheet. I know that costs barely nothing, but it's nice that they throw it in.
now different colors of cover to pick from. I like that. I also really like this orange. I don't know how well, yeah, you should be able to see that. These orange lines, that makes for a nice little splash of color, which I think is very nice. Okay, things I don't like so much. This cover is very clearly fake leather. It feels like fake leather, so that is something that you will have to deal with. Now I'm going to abuse this notebook. I really folded that over. You will get some cracks. So if you leaf through it a lot like this, and you're kind of folding it, you are going to see that line, okay? But that's how it is. To me, that kind of adds character, but I mean, I know that some people want to know these things. For me, personally, another thing that I kind of like, actually, is that it lies pretty flat. It may not be absolutely perfectly flat, but this, especially when you write on it, is flat. So that I like. I hate notebooks that are kind of like this, and they're just not flat. But I was talking about things I don't like so much. This rubber band on my prototype came off. I wasn't particularly rough on it. I put it in a bag one day and it got kind of caught in the back. And again, I wasn't very rough, but it just popped out. Now, again, I was on purpose very rough here. I'm pulling this pretty hard and it's not coming out. So maybe that was just something on the prototype that is now fixed. I will be honest, there isn't that much I don't like about this notebook. I think for the price you get something that is very nice. The most important thing to me in a notebook, being a fountain pen user, is not whether it has a rubber band, whether it's leather or not leather, whether it has a bookmark or a pocket in the back, whether it has numbered pages or a table of contents. I don't really care. What's most important to me is the paper, right? And I cannot say anything else but this paper rocks. So, there you have it. Some things I like. Sorry, a lot of things I like. Some things I don't like. I think it's a lovely product. I hope this was useful. And I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye.